All right, guys. Hey, Jeff here. Just going to give you the lowdown of this Ryobi. This is a 40 volt. I'm showing it in the weed eater version, but this powerhouse here is the driving force for several different tools. So it's expandable from this side down. You basically just disconnect it here, and you can put on a variety of different tools on here. So as you take this off, you can see down there that there's just a gear drive. So they sell a variety of attachments for it. I'm showing it as the weed eater right now, and as you can see, it's just got this little drive in here, and then those go together like that. Now you can put this together in a variety of positions, whether you want to use this as the trimmer or use it just as a straight weed eater. You can tighten this up too so it doesn't move around on you. But anyway, so that's just kind of the basis for it. It does use this robust 4 amp hour battery. I do need to put a charge on this one right now. It is low, but it will do for what we're doing here. Great handle, safety trigger here. You have to pull that back in order to engage it. And then it's got a very wide cutting surface up here. Now they say that this one at 40 volts is as powerful as a 25cc gas engine without the hassle of having to move around and get the gas. So I'm going to go ahead and just give it a turn. As you can see, that definitely doesn't have any problem whatsoever out here. And I'm just weed eating some of this property here. Variety of things from grass to shrubs, but as you can see, that definitely does a good job. Cutting the grass, no problem. My favorite feature about this, and I'm not going to show it to you on how to do it other than say you can speed load this by simply having these all aligned, and you feed the pre-measured 0.8 diameter trim wire all the way through it, get it in half, and then literally you just crank this until it's loaded. All right, guys, just want you to see the power of this 40 volt weed eater. This definitely has all the power that you need, and I'm only using a 0.8 diameter bit of string here, and it's still tough enough to go through small little weeds and brush on the edge of my property. And I'd like to have somebody on here that's watching this kind of explain to me why the gas one is better, because I don't see it. I see this as being a highly functional piece of equipment and working out great for what I needed to do, which is to keep this all down on my house. So anyway, tell me how this is better. You guys that are watching this, I'd love to have somebody tell me why their gas one's better, because I just don't see it. I see this, I definitely see this as being a great alternative to the gasoline, not having to keep your gas mixture and choke it, and cold engine starts. Literally, this is a easy way to trim. And I love the fact that this one is an expandable deal. You simply disassemble it at this part, and you can put on a pole trimmer or blower or any other device that they sell. But this makes short work of trimming up the property. So anyway, if you're in the market, I would highly recommend this 40 volt system here. Hey guys, Jeff here. Just wanted to give you a lowdown on these pre-cut strings. This is for your weed eaters or trimmers. This is a 5-pack. I will say they are a little more spendy than buying a big roll, but the nice thing is this is the exact amount that the Ryobi trimmer holds, and that's this guy right here. And it has a real unique way of feeding it, which I really like. It has a combination of just your standard threading it, so you actually just load that line and you just make sure, all you have to do is make sure that this is in line with that. So once you have this in line, you literally just feed this line through all the way through to the other side, and then to load it, you can see as you twist it, you can see those lines getting shorter. So once you pull that line through there, it'll actually spool it for you without taking any of this apart and worrying about losing springs or anything like that. So it's a really nice setup. These trimmer lines at 0.08, they're not necessarily the most heavy duty lines, but as you can see, it is actually a wire wrapped in trimmer line, so it's super sturdy. I have no problem using it to trim in, obviously up against my little metal curbing, which is probably the most damaging to it, or once I get out into the thick of the forest there, sometimes that brush gets a little hard on them too. But for the most part, these do a great job. Having these back in here like this, packaged ready to go, makes it for an easy reloading process. So I highly recommend that. This whole Ryobi system is actually a pretty slick system. This is the little speed loader crank. If you wanted to crank that on fast, it just literally goes over your base of your spool, and then you can just wind it, and you can see that just pushes it right through. So it's a really cool setup. Highly recommend this. So check this out. Hey guys, Jeff here. Just wanted to give you a lowdown on this lithium. This is a 40-volt Ryobi 4-amp-hour lithium battery with charger, and I just wanted to kind of remark and comment on this a little bit. The battery at 4 amp hours is super strong. It gives you power from the second, even when it's flashing low like this, you get the same power as when it's full. It's letting you know you don't have that much left. Now I do have this on the charger now. I love the fact that this charger is a fifth or a quarter, not even that, an eighth of the size of the battery itself. Simply slides onto the important parts here and does the work. So gives you a little bit of a visual here. The blinking lets you know it's charging. Obviously, if you saw red or red and green at the same time, you're not getting any charge on that battery. So anyway, really nice little battery here. It does work with all of the Ryobi 40-volt type items, so you can count on this to give you the power that you need when you're using any of the 40-volt Ryobi outdoor equipment. So anyway, if you're in the market, check this one out. The 4-amp-hour I find is plenty good. Give you about an hour runtime at running a little weed eater, maybe less on a blower. So it just depends on what you're using it for, but the 4-amp-hour does great for me, and I'm literally just weed eating and doing stuff here on this property. So I got a lot of little foresty type stuff I've got to do, and then trimming up the edges. So anyway, it does a great job for me. Happy with it. And if you're in the market, this is a good one to check out.